Forget Georgia's body count or Ginny's emotional roller coasters. The real danger in Ginny and Georgia isn't who you think it is. It's the quiet kid in the background, Austin. He's young. He's quiet. He's often overlooked. But this kid has already done something most adults couldn't bring themselves to do. Shot his own father, Gil. And the way he did it, without fear, without emotion, and without regret, that's a massive red flag. Austin may be a child, but he's not just a background character. He's growing up fast, immersed in an environment filled with manipulation, violence, and trauma. He's learning from the best or maybe the worst. He's not asking questions. He's just watching, absorbing, silently preparing for something darker. Let's break down why Austin might not just be a victim, but a ticking time bomb who could completely change the show. Austin's most shocking moment was when he pulled the trigger on Gil. This wasn't an accident. It wasn't panic. It was deliberate. He made a choice and followed through. What makes it terrifying is how calm he was. Most kids, even those from tough backgrounds, don't react that way. They scream, run, or cry. But Austin didn't do any of that. He walked in, shot Gil, and didn't flinch. This isn't just a moment of shock or a fleeting defense mechanism. That kind of behavior suggests he's already emotionally disconnected from the seriousness of violence. It implies a deeply ingrained lack of typical fear or moral apprehension. That's not just trauma. That's conditioning. Think about it. Ginny, despite her own complex trauma and impulsive decisions, grapples intensely with guilt, fear, and the moral ambiguities of her actions. She feels the weight of her choices. Austin, on the other hand, exhibits an almost clinical detachment. This stark contrast highlights a unique and alarming trajectory for his character. He's not just reacting, he's internalizing a very dangerous lesson in a way Ginny never has. And where is that conditioning coming from? Look no further than his mother. Georgia is many things: a survivor, a protector, a manipulator, and yes, a killer. She has a long history of doing whatever it takes to protect her family, even if it means hurting others. She lies without guilt. She kills without hesitation. And now, her youngest son is starting to show signs he's learned more from her than anyone realized. In the aftermath of the shooting, Austin doesn't seem confused or scared. He seems steady. He understands he's protecting Georgia, and he seems proud of it. That alone says so much about how his mind is developing. He isn't questioning the morality. He's embracing the outcome. He sees his mother as the ultimate problem solver, a figure of strength and unwavering protection, and he's absorbing her methods without the filters of typical childhood innocence. This isn't just about one violent moment, though. It's about the long-term effects of being raised by someone like Georgia. Austin has watched his mom lie, cheat, manipulate, and even kill. He's never questioned her. He sees her as someone who always knows what to do. And slowly, that's becoming his reality too. He's not being taught right from wrong in a conventional sense. He's learning a brutal, distorted version of survival. Austin is learning that problems are solved with secrets and violence. He's learning that the truth can be dangerous. And more importantly, he's learning that if you want to protect the people you love, sometimes you have to do bad things. He's being effectively groomed to operate in Georgia's world, where morality is fluid and self-preservation reigns supreme. But here's the thing, Austin isn't just watching, he's adapting. In Season 2, we start to see him mimic Georgia's behaviors. He becomes more secretive, more calculated, and more emotionally distant. It's not just a reaction to traumates, a profound transformation. The boy who needed constant reassurance is slowly becoming a miniature version of his mother's more ruthless tendencies. Austin lies in court to protect Georgia. He's confident. He doesn't slip up. He delivers the story exactly the way he needs to. For a kid, that level of composure under pressure is rare. He doesn't just tell a lie, he performs. This isn't just a child being coached. It's a child internalizing the art of deception. He understands the stakes, the necessity of the performance, and executes it with chilling precision. That kind of performance takes intelligence, emotional control, and a deep understanding of what's at stake. Most kids can't fake that. Austin can, and that's a huge warning sign. He's not struggling with the moral implications of perjury. He's focused purely on the effectiveness of the act. He's learning how to navigate adult situations with deception. He's learning how to create a version of reality that protects him and the people he cares about. And he's doing it without the kind of moral struggle you'd expect from a child. That's not normal, that's not healthy, and it's definitely not safe. This isn't typical childhood development, it's the emergence of traits that could easily escalate into something truly sinister. Now, let's talk about how he reacts emotionally. Or, more accurately, how he doesn't tappen. Austin rarely shows strong emotions. He doesn't panic when things fall apart. He stays quiet, calm. While some might say he's just a quiet kid, there's something deeper going on. This isn't merely shyness. It's an alarming suppression of typical emotional responses to high-stress, traumatic situations. This kind of emotional suppression is often a result of trauma. It's the brain's way of protecting itself, but over time, it can lead to emotional detachment and a lack of empathy. In extreme cases, it can lead to sociopathic tendencies. That doesn't mean Austin is a sociopath, but it does mean he's at risk of becoming someone who doesn't feel guilt, doesn't connect emotionally, and doesn't fully grasp consequences. When you mix that with the lessons he's learning from Georgia, you get a very dangerous combination. His ability to remain unreactive makes him unpredictable and potentially ruthless. What's worse is that Austin isn't getting real help. Austin is still in the background, still quiet, still pretending everything's okay. And that's a problem. Because pretending is exactly what Georgia does. It's what she's taught him. Smile on the outside, hide the truth on the inside. And that's how monsters are made. Austin is learning how to wear a mask. He's learning how to play a role, and that role is getting darker with every season. The danger isn't screamed at the audience. It's subtly woven into his quiet presence, making his potential transformation even more impactful. If the show continues down this path, Austin could become the character who surprises everyone. He could be the one who turns cold, who makes dangerous choices, and who follows in Georgia's footsteps not necessarily because he wants to, but because he doesn't know any other way. His mother's entire life has been a masterclass in breaking rules and manipulating outcomes. For Austin, this is simply the blueprint for survival. The writers have set him up as a time bomb, and if they choose to detonate it, Austin could become the show's most complex and terrifying character. But let's not forget he's also a victim. He didn't ask for this life. He didn't choose to be raised by someone like Georgia. He didn't choose to see what he's seen or experience what he's experienced. And that's what makes it so tragic. Austin is both a product of his environment and a warning sign of what happens when children are exposed to violence and secrecy. He's not inherently evil, but he's dangerous, and that's a very important difference. He's a victim molded into a potential threat. There's still a chance he could be saved, but it would take real healing, real honesty, and a complete shift in the way he's being raised. And if the show is brave enough to follow through, he might do it again. What do you think? Is Austin truly the most dangerous character, or just a troubled kid whose quiet nature hides a growing threat? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this theory compelling, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more Ginny and Georgia deep dives.